Them S's can hiss too.
All right, mic check. More Masters Podcast. I got Trav in the building once again. How you doing?
Peace.
How you been, man?
Doing excellent, man. Top of the world.
That's what's up, man. Hey, tell people a little about yourself real quick before we get into what I want to get into the Juneteenth event y'all got coming up, but tell them who you are and your contribution to the Band of Brothers.
All right. My name is Brother Trav, the God Brother, and I am from Augusta, Georgia, by way of Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Savannah, Georgia, by way of Northern Virginia, Washington, D.C. area, and back home. I am a poet, spoken word artist. I wear the crown of being Augusta's first poet laureate, which I was elected and nominated back in 2011, 2012. Proudly wearing that crown. My obligation when I accepted that role is to always continue to write poetry and contribute to our city artistically. When it comes to Band of Brothers, I am one of the original founders of Band of Brothers. It's an interesting story. Most people don't know that Juneteenth came before Band of Brothers. Instead of Band of Brothers coming before Juneteenth. It started out as a Facebook conversation. Some people were on Facebook having a discussion like, hey, we need to get together and put together a Juneteenth celebration for Augusta, Georgia. Now, I had done a Juneteenth event a couple of years prior to us having this conversation. And because somebody realized that I had done something for Juneteenth down at Humana Treehouse a few years back, they brought me into the conversation. So eventually it grew into an inbox, group where us guys got together and we just started discussing the possibility of putting something together. And we put together that first Juneteenth celebration, which was now 6 years ago. As a collective, we put together the Juneteenth festival, which was at May Park. At the time, we still weren't a group. We still didn't know we were going to be a group. We didn't know that this would be something that would be lasting. We knew that we wanted to continue to do Juneteenth year after year. So eventually, after we did the first Juneteenth festival, of course, the group chat continued, and so the talk was, well, what are we going to do? Are we just going to wait till June every year and then do the next one? Or are we going to try to band together, and then Band of Brothers kind of morphed out of Juneteenth.
You said you did a event, prior to them asking about the event, right? Mm-hmm. Where did you get the information for Juneteenth at? Because for people of my generation, I would say it's more, we look at it as a new thing, even that's been around for a long time. So how did you get that information to even throw an event on for Juneteenth? Right.
Just kind of me being a Black history buff, I know about Juneteenth. I've known about Juneteenth for a while. And me also being a coordinator of events. Gotcha. So this is something that, at the time I had a really close relationship with Brother B down there at Humana Treehouse, and he opened up his facility. Hey, Trav, we can, do it here if you wanted to do it here. And it was more intimate. So, as you see now, it's a huge festival out in the park because it was and this wasn't the current Humana Tree location. This is the older Humana Treehouse location that was, somewhat smaller. But this was and kind of like an all-day event. We started out in the morning and started with art teachings and stuff like that by Brother B. We had, maybe like a small open mic session and stuff like that. It was more about learning. That's how we started. So
speak of learning, like, how do you feel, or what's your thoughts on Juneteenth not being spoken about in the educational system, rather, or do you feel as though it should be something that we learn in school? I didn't learn this in school. I learned this from Quentin, honestly.
Right.
With one of your band brothers.
Yes, absolutely. I definitely feel like this is something that should be part of the curriculum. In fact, you can't really teach about Abraham Lincoln and his Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 without talking about what happened in 1865. Because everybody thinks that in 1863, when Lincoln read the Emancipation Proclamation, slavery was over at that moment. Slaves just took off and ran off of the plantation all across the nation. What we're not thinking about is there was no media back then. There was no social media. There was no news that could just everybody could turn on and say, hey, it's over. So the news had to travel throughout the United States. And it made its way finally over there to Galveston, Texas, which there was a lot of interference, which I learned later, that kept them from getting the word until 2 years later. So I feel like it would be unfair. It would be unjust to talk about 1863 without mentioning 1865.
I like that. So yeah, I throw this event every year. Where can they come to this year? Where's the event going to be at? What time? What day? What place? Tell them about the event.
Okay, all right. So when you say event, so it started out right. It started out as just the Juneteenth festival, which was just always that Sunday, big event out in the park. Now it's kind of grown into first Juneteenth weekend, and now almost Juneteenth week. And so we've got almost a whole full week of events starting out, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday. I don't have the calendar in front of me, but it starts out at Humana Treehouse, justly so, right? There's a health and wellness fair that's by Brother B, Baruti, and Denise Tucker. They're going to do a health and wellness fair there. Thursday, I think that's Thursday. Friday is going to be Dorian's Mahogany Lounge. So Mahogany Lounge, spoken word. Yeah, right. Shout out Dorian. It's going to be grander than it always is. This time we're going to be at the Payne College Hill Complex. So in their basketball auditorium. So tickets are on sale now. It's going to be huge. So it'll be a fashion show. It'll be spoken word poetry. It's going to be, I think Javon Jones is now on the bill playing violin. There's going to be Atlanta poets coming in. So there's going to be a live band. Phase 360 is going to be playing. Just a wonderful time for people to get out, celebrate, mix, mingle, and be beautiful.
Hey, man. Look, man, I hope y'all have a successful event like y'all always have every year. And every year I see y'all get bigger and better. COVID was the only time we took a step back, but y'all made up for it the next year, so it's all good, right?
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And this shirt, show them the shirt, man. This shirt is dope.
This is one of our older shirts. So throughout the years, so we're on Juneteenth 6th anniversary right now. So there's always a shirt design for every year. So most of us have a drawer full of Juneteenth shirts now. So we kind of randomly whip them out.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Let us know about the event, man.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Definitely.
Peace.